We are all within a collective dream. And there are really potent, powerful sorcerers that have been in charge of that landscape for a very long time. Just go a little bit back in history and you'll see it repeated over and over again. For example, the pharaohs of Egypt. Yeah. Right. Those are supposed to be mystical gods, pharaohs. You go to the priest kings of the Maya, right? You go to the Inca, you go to the Aztec, you go to the Druids, you go to, you know what I mean? You go to any ancient civilization that was considered relatively advanced, and they have priest kings and queens. All right, that needs to sink in. Okay. So the people who are in charge, that are, say, the most powerful man in the world, it's a sorcerer or a group of sorcerers. So that means that what's going on in this planet, the powers that be aren't lawmakers. They're not just lawmakers. They're not just presidents. They're not just kings. They're not just any of this stuff. They are, in some way, or some part of their contingent is involved in the interdimensional play of this reality. And that means dream time. Okay. So for those of us that have been on this path for a while, I see it more and more as it's our duty to wake up to the power of our dream time and retake our dream time, retake those landscapes for our ancestors. We have armies and armies of light beings, angels, some people call them, that are working with us. So we have more help than we can imagine on retaking our dream time. So we plant the seeds of the collective realm, not these other beings, not these sorcerers. Okay. Those that work with interdimensional beings like fae beings and elementals and stuff, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The collective field is very powerful. Grid workers, great example. You guys are getting a flavor of what I'm talking about. Grid workers, all right, you're working with a specific perspective of what the collective is, but yet you've discovered ways to influence the collective grid work. Discovered structures that are holding specific ideas in place in our collective, right? So, so that is working with, without realizing, that is working with some of the constructs from within Dreamtime. Not totally, but partially, right? You're working with the light constructs, you're working with the consciousness constructs, you're working with the sound constructs, stuff like that. So more and more, there are far more than 144,000 that are awake to the dream realms and working actively on them. So these sorcerers, these priest kings and queens, they don't have the power they used to have. There's cracks. There's massive constructs that have tumbled down. I guess I'm saying that to help keep you guys encouraged. Don't look at the orchestration, the drama that's going on outside. You're not going to find it in social media and in news or anything like that. You're not going to find that in casual conversation. Well, unless you're in a light body crew, then you might find it in casual conversation. But it's like this chaos that's all around us. This is all a distraction. It's not really the truth of what's going on. The truth of what's going on is in the dream realms. It's in the energetic realms. Okay, that is actually really what's happening. All that influences what manifests everything that's in front of us. So from new laws that come about, such as an AI Bill of Rights, right? New technologies that get developed. All this stuff starts in the dream realm. All of this starts in that collective field. And that's why you can have entire global organizations such as the IEEE talking about 6G and quantum networking and having an entire industry based on that. And you have this, you know what I mean? And that's because that door has been opened. This whole thing about people's biofields involved in the body area network, this is people's day jobs. It's not a secret. It's a secret because people don't have the capacity to understand. That's the only reason why. It's people don't know. But as soon as we paint the picture and people can realize what's going on, then they're in the know. Then, there's a cognitive dissonance that happens. Like, how can people be doing that ethically? It's like, well, you know what? They never thought it was a big deal. It wasn't presented to them like it was a big deal. So therefore they never thought it was a big deal. Why? Because of the great dream spell from the sorcerers that anchored all this in, right? Okay, I know I really went out there in the outer realms with that, but you guys got to understand that there's so much more at play here than what we see in the world. It's so much further beyond what most people accept as human reality. And we have capacity, we have power here. We absolutely do. No doubt. Look at me. There's no doubt in my mind that we have power here. We have sovereignty, the capacity for sovereignty here. Absolutely. We just need to claim it, own it, live true to that.